Auzubillahi minasyaitonirrajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm giving you the update of the international situation, especially in the Russo-American rivalry and the Sino-American political tug of war in the global stage. We know that the big issue in Europe is the idea of joining of Swedish government to the fold of NATO. NATO is an organization led by United States of America, organized during Cold War era just to contain the global power of Russian government or communist Russia. So the only thing that hinders the application of Swedish government to the NATO is the is the government of Turkey, because the rule in joining NATO is that members of the NATO should all uh, be unanimous in accepting uh, new member. In the case of the Swedish government, Turkey is the greatest stumbling block in joining NATO. So that's why it takes time just for the Swedish government to join this bloc. So that's a great problem in in European politics. But during the latest election in Turkey, Erdogan won the race. And after the election, President Erdogan had a big decision to do, and that is backing Swedish government and removing Turkey as the uh, hurdle in NATO membership of Swedish government. But the condition also is that, of course, last 2010, Turkey wanted to join European Union. That's also a political or economic bloc. Unlike with NATO, that NATO is a military alliance of the Western world. So the condition why Turkey removed itself as the stumbling block to the Swedish government to join the NATO is that Swedish government should now become the backup of Turkey in joining the European Union. So that's why there was this compromise. And in the case of that European politics, it's going for the better. But last week or 2 weeks ago, and there was this a big conference or big meetings between the heads of states of the NATO. The president of Ukraine went to that important meeting or conference just to show to the world that Ukraine is part of this alliance, and it wanted to join NATO, but the United States, being the leader of the Western world, did not accept, for the meantime, the membership of the Ukrainian government to the NATO bloc. So that's the great problem. But if we're going to scrutinize the international relations and international issues, we see that there is this kind of two world orders, according to many experts. There are two emerging world orders. The 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 Western world, led by United States, is of course wanted to perpetuate this unipolar moment of the United States, standing on the backs of the Western allies. So United States wanted to pursue its dream as the only superpower around the world. Now, China, on the other side, wanted to have this another world order, and that is Sino-led world order called the multipolar world order. So that's why we see the reemergence of the big powers such as India, China, Russia, and forming these BRICS. The another important development in the BRICS bloc is the idea of Saudi Arabia and Iranian government joining that bloc. So that would be a potential game changer in the near future, given that these two powerful countries in the Middle East are in the past were enemies to each other, but because of Chinese mediation, everything is going for the better. So that's why. So we look at our world in the two colliding world orders. So if we don't have to, if the world leaders will not come to a peaceful terms, there is a possibility that this conflict, these two world orders, will collide, and there is going to be one world order that will dominate after the potential or the possible clashes of these two giants. So thank you so much, and wassalam.